his knee on somebody's neck, right? And then so-called the police that's supposed to protect themselves that went just stood around and were watching. They couldn't tell the guy to get up. So if my brother is jumping off a bridge, I will follow him jumping off the bridge. I mean, you know,
one of the police he excused.
The same way they put the 75-year-old man, and then everybody else was like, you know, when they came out of the court, they were all clapping. Eh? But your job is to protect and serve.
Yeah,
that is your job. I believe you take an oath, you know, to protect and serve. So who are you protecting and who are you serving?
it's funny how the standard we then set for military personnel, where they go fight people overseas. The standard we then set for military personnel is much higher than for the police.
So I think if we're to change police in this country, we should take a cue. I was watching John Oliver. We take a cue from the city in New Jersey, as in disband the whole thing, man. As in just wipe it all clean and then start afresh and start interviewing people. If you've had any issue of racial question mark, oh boy, you have no business being a police officer. You understand what I'm saying? Put laws in place that make it necessary, right? That you know you're going to face some repercussion if you do something that is not supposed to happen.
Well, the matter really tired me. It's really scary. Back to the house, we'll call them house Negro. You get one lady, even Dave Chappelle was used to me as part of that. Dave Chappelle used kind of towards the lady, because when I heard the lady speak, man, it was such.
Candice. Oh, Candice. I'm sorry, but I think Chappelle was nice to her because we thank God for Christianity. Wallahi.
Because I suspected they pay these people, because you get one of that food too. Just the face, it be like Mumu, it be like Dance. They Facebook, because any small thing they don't want support, they do face one kind. I'll just look and say this one not even think. Then apart from that, they get one of that two guys, like they be twins too. Any small thing they don't jump, then they wide, but they don't
show it. Criminal. I'm sorry, the guy could be a criminal, but he was innocent at the point of death. I'm sorry. There's nothing you want to tell me that will justify what they did to this guy. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I've been talking one thing. Well, I guess maybe there will be a different classification of racism. Somebody that I said, well, maybe all of us, maybe we'll be racist, we don't even know. But black say we go on they be as it gets.
I think also they've been conditioned to a certain extent to be the way they are. I was Emmanuel Archer. I was watching his newest one with McConaughey, and there's a new term, white allergies. I don't say okay.
Which one be that one again?
Suppose what's on now. So you better say white allergies, a new term. So it's essentially like the implicit. Essentially, we're talking about implicit biases that have influenced you from when you were a child that you might not even know that you had, right? Like going through a black neighborhood and they have to wind the window and lock your door, or you see a black man coming and then you have to cross the road to the other side, or if you're in the elevator if you're a woman in the elevator with a black woman, you clutch your purse, right, and move aside. Oh, and to an extent, I find myself having to do it, right? Like if there's a white person, right, and you see, obviously we see that nervous look on their face, right, and I'm like, okay, you know what, my shift, my stay my lane. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever it takes to make you feel comfortable, right? Or you're in an elevator, right? The one man comes in, you press your button and just replace yourself to one side. See, but why do we always have to be in a position to do that? I have to inconvenience myself to make you feel comfortable. But at the same color of blood, now they run through my skin. Well, see, I do weaponize you know, her whiteness for for the Central Park.
Well,
And the reason why that is so mind-numbing is the fact that it was on full display on video. Because every time we talk about stuff like that, we're like, well, yeah, are you sure? Let's wait for the facts to come out.
I guess the media too also has a role to play. The movies where they watch. You remember the documentary, I'm Not Your Negro?
I never watched it yet. I did plan watch them.
It's fine time make you watch them. You go enjoy.
No, time day I go watch them.
James Baldwin talk say when they grow up, they were all rooting for the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
That's the power. That's the power of the media.
And
they were all rooting for the Cowboys, but it took him time for him to realize that the Indians were actually us.
Were they oppressed?
Mm-hmm. Were they oppressed? Did they fight for their own land?
They were fighting for their survival.
I remember that time. That time when they grew up too, everybody want to be cowboy. When they want
to be cowboy now.
Cowboy and Indian, everybody want to be cowboy. Nobody want to be Indian. So you don't really condition people. So you can imagine that orientation. You get to, before you come out that thing for body, go day hard. The part I was saying why I feel that sometimes, well, to an extent, maybe everybody get biases. Now the example why they give me this, I say, okay, you day inside boat, especially with what they happen now. So if you day inside boat, right? As you day inside boat, the boat is heading towards an island, but you notice that there are two islands. Luckily for you, you have a binoculars in your boat, and you're able to look at the distance. You saw that there were two islands, but you noticed one thing. One island was filled with white people, and another island was filled with black people. So the question why I asked you, say, oh boy, which island you could go? The one where white people there, the one where black people there.
As a black guy, you have to qualify which one I be for the boats.
So I said, naturally, you move with your own kind, but
of course.
But then the brutality, what did they do? Because the police, I don't see them in action. I don't know if it's.
But now I think the question you need to ask. I will turn this question as a child who isn't privy to what racism is, right? Would it matter if there were mostly white people on the island or black people on the other island? So, and the reason why I asked that question though is I know children, racism is learned. We've been there beach the other day, just, my family and I with a stroll, right? And then this white kid was playing, right? As soon as he see us, the guy wrong with mama. And then I'm looking at the child like, okay, I mean, is it that you haven't seen black people before or what? I will leave where I'm going to and come and harass you. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's interesting because I didn't pay attention to that until my wife brought it to my attention. So I'm like, but you could see the child clutching to his mom. I'm sitting there like, okay, what exactly are we going to do to you? And then you see the mom smiling all a little bit uncomfortable. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, what exactly are you teaching your child? If your child should just see a bunch of black people walking down the street and then his first reaction is to be scared and then run away. See what I'm saying? So if we're to change in this country though, I mean, the way history is taught or social science is taught in this country will have to change, right? Because there's always that implicit bias that, white folks are better than black folks, right? I mean, even Nixon, that was one of his doctrines. I'm sorry, but Nixon was a racist. I don't care how you want to put it. Nixon inherently believed that the genetic disposition of blacks was quite inferior to the white people. You understand? So it's not today that conversation has been going on, right? Where black folks are lesser than, and then if by any mistake we just try to shake body and do something, then they have to put them because then they're seen as a threat. You understand what I'm saying? Look at Black Wall Street. We just did the JJL or just the handle our business. People saw that as a threat and brought it down. So it's the idea, it's the ideology, it's the same idea with Obama, right? That for the first time, we have our first black president. Now, is the ideology behind that for that 8 years, their children, minorities, who are going to grow up or come into their formative years, seeing a black man as the president. And it's that idea that is dangerous. right? It is that idea that gave birth to this idiot, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's interesting because I heard it somewhere. Yeah, I can't remember what I was watching, and it was saying, well, it's as if they've come to the conclusion or the realization that at one point the whites who are the majority now are going to be the minority in the next few years, right? And so they panicked. And you would think that knowing in the future they're going to be the minority, it'd be nice to be the minority now that's going to be the majority. You see what I'm saying?
They want,
so that so
they
if you treat
want,
them nice, they'll treat you nice when they're done.
no, their goal now to
But
drive everybody.
you've got nuclear.
No, their goal now to drive. They want make sure say they drive everybody. If this guy gets in way, it will go.
And that's the unfortunate thing because then the statistics are not going to change. You know, it's not like people will a baby factory. Eventually, it is going to happen.
Then that's why I tell people I say they are
And
just
someone's going to come and happen then.
the fight is inevitable, but they don't see them that way. If they get their way, this guy will go back, will go review everybody application for naturalization. They begin if your name, if you one letter miss for your name, they go say
If he has
lie.
what if he has his way? He's already doing it now.
So
He's already doing it.
but before we even run out of time, I want to talk about how come our people they support this bros.
Guy, colonial mentality. Demonstration of Chris.
I think religion has a part to play with it because
religion has a significant part to play with it.
Part of the religion, part of the thing we say, I guess people just got tired of gay people were enjoying too much. They had so much rights. They were putting it all over our face. But a man, they kiss man for public. You know, but you know the irony of this all, it was a conservative Supreme Court that legalized gay marriage. Sure, you know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know, people were Republican, but now they won't blame them. They say now, so all that just tried to say that Obama they allow gay marriage, Obama they allow this, Obama they allow. So people just like, no. But like the debate I keep having with people, like say the role of a president is different from the role of a pastor. While a pastor will come out and tell you this is sin, you're going to hell. If you do this, homosexuality is extremely bad. President supposed to govern everybody. Whether you tall, you short, you fat, you be gay, you be straight. You get to make law where it cover everybody.
But guys, we don't forget say America is a secular country.
No, they know that they still that under illusion saying na God's own country.
Well, okay.
Because the question becomes, as Malcolm X will talk, whose God is it? Say now the God of the slave master, I be the slave.
Why Jesus?
Why the slave master they pray to God, make him get more slave. The slaves have they pray to your own God where he believes you make you free up. So
not only white people get monopoly for heaven. Sometimes I always ask myself, this heaven where everybody they plan go to. Now is it when you get there, now only your race you go see there? Heaven will be a representation of what earth is. It's be multiracial, multi-diverse. You understand? So it is ironic that Martin Luther said that in this day and age, 11 o'clock.
Make I tell you,
11 o'clock.
Don't be surprised. Well, don't be surprised when we go to heaven. Say riot will break out. You're supposed to ask me. You're supposed to ask me when you go cause riot.
God go clash people without. When you go cause riot?
And the question is supposed to ask me when you cause riot. Because after all of us don't reach there, we both people can't discover and say God na black person.
Black person.
They no agree.
That would be the ultimate.
Heavy yawa. See,
that would be the ultimate. But yes, you're right. Back to the question. I think religion has a pretty significant role to play in this, and the fact that white evangelicals have positioned this guy to be their knight in shining armor. So it's interesting how you talk about, yes, we're pro-life, right? But I think you have to be specific about what you mean. You're pro-birth, you're not pro-life, as a white evangelical. Because if you were pro-life, right, all these killings that are happening